My name is Molinge. I'm a peace activist, also a mindfulness and meditation trainer. So I'm actually here in São Tomé on behalf of World Peace Initiative. I came to organize a series of peace and youth empowerment workshops in São Tomé. So that's the main reason why I'm here. Yeah, the experience was pretty much good in Sao Tome because I realized that the people actually have an open mind. They are not so religious or superstitious. They are just an open-minded people. So I think the workshop went very well because when we did the inner peace practice, I realized that some of the participants had like very good meditation. They could tell that they felt relaxed and they felt peace within because the essence of this workshop was to make people in South America understand that peace doesn't only mean the absence of war, but it's about the state of mind. Once that your mind is calm and peaceful inside, you can be able to excel, whether it's an examination as a student or to be more productive and efficient, as a worker. So everything went on well. We had sessions, with institutions like the police. We had another one with the firefighters. We had another one with some, NGOs and activists around. And so far, I think that the people, they have a lot of potential. In our website, which is peacerevolution.net, we have over 100,000 uh, subscribers from all over the world. But Sao Tome, I realize, is one of those countries that are least represented in the organization. Like, we don't have many subscribers from there. And we have been doing projects in almost, every part of the world, particularly in West Africa. We have been to 19 countries, with the Peace Revolution Project. It's already known. But Sao Tome seems a little bit left out. Probably, I don't know if it's because it's a Portuguese-speaking country. So my coming here was to be able to give the same opportunity for young people in Sao Tome to be able to catch up with the rest of Africa because there are a whole lot of opportunities going on in Africa, workshops where youth can learn and empower themselves to become better leaders. But most often, people forget Sao Tome probably because it's an island, you see. So I wanted to come and introduce this knowledge to them and kind of help to reconnect them to the rest of, Africa. Yes, I mean, I didn't just come here, on my own. I had a local host who was assisting to, make the project happen in South Tome in the name of Oji Michael. So Oji Michael was responsible to coordinate all the activities with the different institutions. So he tried to ensure that I had a pickup from the airport as well as, stay in a good, guest house like where I am. So the logistics was well taken care of, and I also like the fact that the place is peaceful. Yeah. When I was in Cameroon, I actually come from a community that is most often, at loggerheads with the neighboring community because of land disputes, because land is very, very valuable in my region. So I didn't like the fact that my community always had this argument about land with other communities. So I told myself I did not want to inherit like enemies from my parents. It's about time that this had to stop. There's got to be a solution, a peaceful way of resolving these issues. So because of that, since as I was worried by those issues happening around me, I was very stressful. So I started looking for means on how I could distress myself, how I could find peace because I really wanted it. So as I was good at playing with the internet, I came in contact with Peace Revolution. So, I started doing the online program, which is a 42 days program free of charge. As I was doing this online program, then at some point, they sent me a message like, would you like to be part of the African Youth Amani Fellowship? You can apply. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And I applied, and the next thing, the organization paid my air ticket from Cameroon to Thailand. where I was there with 16 other youths from Africa. So it was actually a competitive, there was a selection process. So I was one of the 16 youths that left Africa to Thailand in February 2014 in search of inner peace, because we all knew that if we didn't have that inner peace in us, we would not be able to make peace in our community. So we were there, 16 of us from 11 countries, and within that 2 weeks, we learned a lot about meditation, not as a religion, but as a tool to relax the mind. And after I came back from Thailand, I had I was so blessed by this knowledge that I got, in Thailand. So I wanted to give it back to my country, because we were told in Thailand that we are not forced to share back the knowledge, but you can still be a candlelight, meaning that if just one person in an entire country has knowledge of something which can help other people, that one person has the capacity to share it to the rest of the people. So it's not always about the multitude, but it's about the one person who understands, and then you can create the ripple effect. So when I went back to Cameroon, 3 weeks later, I organized a big conference in the major universities where we brought together close to 800 youth, and they were all trained on how to find inner peace and empower themselves. So from there now, I was called again to Thailand for further training, and the next thing is I started finding myself traveling, all over Africa, speaking to youth in universities and institutions, and the rest is history. It's really been a lot of change because, first of all, one of the major university, which is my former university, uh, in Cameroon, where I organized the first series of workshops, was actually a university that was very prone to strike. If the teachers weren't striking, the students will be striking. So when I organized that workshop there in 2014, it stayed for a long while before there was another strike. So because the students had embraced this culture, for once they could stay for a while without demonstrating. So that was a significant impact. And also some of the youth that I've been able to mentor, some of them have started their own social movements, NGOs, and they are doing very great things to transform their community.
And you?
Yeah.
I was asking about you.
So this is me, I'm still on the journey,
Okay.
To make the world a better place, and this is why I'm in São Tomé, So I've even lost count of the number of countries in Africa I've been to share this knowledge. But what I can just say is it's been a happy journey. Of course, not without challenges, but the most important thing is what I've been able to learn and my own self transformation as a person. I think I'm better than who I was a couple of years back. What I learned here is that you don't need to have too much to be happy, you know. And South America is not one of those developed countries or big countries in Africa, but yet I realized that the people are very happy. I was invited to the love party by one of my newfound friends here, and I went there and I saw that people, even though they don't have much, but there was this love among them, this happiness, and that is something which is very, very important, because when you have love, you have peace also, So we don't need to have too much. With the little, we can choose to be happy. Happiness is actually a choice. So the youth of Sao Tome and any other person in the rest of the world, that change starts with yourself. If you want to change the world, you learn to change yourself first. We have to be proactive as African youth. You cannot have everything handed over to you. Sometimes you need to take action to make your life better, to make your community better. Because most often as Africans, we depend so much on the government to make the change for us. but we all have that capacity. We were all created by God. Okay, my name is. Am I supposed to be looking at you or the camera? Oh,
why are you?
It?
Yes.
Hello. How are you?